Late at night, a white snake was caught in the complex. Open up. Your snake got out. Who is it? I was about to call him an idiot when a stream of comments suddenly flashed before my eyes. The heroine turned back into a snake after being dumped, just to spy on her husband, and she got caught. Ha! I cannot stop laughing. Getting dumped was heartbreaking enough, and now her husband is disgusted by her too. She will definitely go home and cry under the covers. The little white snake cannot curl up on her husband's body to sleep tonight. The little white snake lay pitifully in the security guard's hands, her red slit-pupiled eyes secretly studying me. I cautiously held out my hand. The white snake's eyes filled with disbelief. 2 seconds later, she obediently rubbed her head against my hand. The moment the guard let go, the little white snake moved at lightning speed, slithering up from my wrist, and wrapped herself tightly around me. The comments appeared again. Is she not afraid of scaring her husband? You cannot blame her. To catch her just now, 10 guards chased her through half the complex. They kept whacking our heroine with sticks. They beat that gorgeous snake woman into submission. Yeah, each one hit her over a dozen times. If that silly girl were not so tough, the hero would be looking for a new wife. Young man, you are free to keep pets, but a white snake that big cannot be allowed to slither around outside. It will scare people. If I had not suddenly remembered passing beneath your building before and seeing the snake sunning itself by your window, we almost beat your pet snake to death and made soup from it. After hearing the guard, the little white snake jolted and dove straight down my collar. What the hell was that? The comments floated up again. I want the heroine's point of view. Me too. This is what they mean by a blessing in disguise. That is exactly a blessing in disguise. The heroine must be thrilled. I soothed the snake in my arms, while hurriedly giving the female guard a watermelon I had just bought. I am so sorry. It will not happen again. Thank you for your hard work. It is scorching out, so please have some chilled watermelon. The guard took the watermelon, and her expression softened. After a few reminders, she left. I was about to shut the door when I felt the white snake burrow even farther in, still as lustful as ever. Damn it. See, breaking up with Ruyan was the right call. A snake demon pretended to be human and dated me. Fine. She would not let me get close to her. But whenever it was her turn to take advantage of me, she never held back. I tried to pull the little white snake out, but she insisted on burrowing deeper. Her slick body slid across my chest. I had felt that sensation in countless dreams. Now I had every reason to suspect they were not dreams. The little white snake refused to come out. In the end, I was out of options, so I let her nestle against my chest and fall asleep. At last, the heroine could get a good night's sleep. During the months since breaking up with the hero, she had barely eaten or drunk anything and could not sleep. She could only drink alone every day. Finally, she could not take it anymore, so she transformed back and came to secretly watch him. Then, I looked through my collar at the little white snake curled inside, completely puzzled. I was the one who suggested breaking up, but she agreed to. The reason was simple. Ruyan would not let me touch her. You know, dating a stunning woman with a tiny waist and long legs and a huge double D bust, only for her to demand some utopian, sexless romance. It was hopeless. For a while, I wondered if something was wrong with her. Several times, when things were about to go further, Ruyan would make an excuse and get up, then rush to the bathroom in damp, sticky panties to cool herself down. I was left alone in the bedroom, fiddling with my Barrett. Back then, I suspected she had someone else in her heart and was saving herself for some old flame. So we had a vicious fight. Ruyan, are you even a normal woman? Then do not ever be with me again. I want to wait a little longer. Until the day you can accept it. It was not hesitation. I accepted it. I admit I was a little impatient, but Ruyan and I had been together for 4 years. I planned to marry her, and I was not some irresponsible man. So I patiently told Ruyan, I am willing. I accept it too. But Ruyan only crouched down, clutching her head. Wait a little longer. I had waited for years. That day, I did not want to wait anymore. I told Ruyan that today, she either gave herself to me or we broke up. Ruyan refused, so we broke up. Now the comments were telling me that Ruyan missed me so much. She turned into a snake to see me. It felt unreal. I reached out and stroked her head. She nuzzled my hand, then went back to sleep as the comments started gossiping. The heroine actually wants intimacy with her husband too. But snake women are biologically different. The special substance they secrete during mating season. She feared it would scare her husband. What is that? Why are the comments getting censored? Still, I pieced together the truth from the fragmented words. Then I took the sleeping white snake from my chest and, following the guide, found her so-called urine gun. Sure enough, touching it released a distinctive scent. The comments had not lied. Maybe my technique was wrong, or maybe I inhaled too loudly. But I woke the little white snake. The little white snake looked down and saw my pressing hand and her fully exposed urine gun. Then she looked up and met my gaze. The white snake's beautiful red slit pupils widened instantly. In a snake's eyes, I actually saw shock, shyness, and helplessness, embarrassment, despair, and so much more. She slithered away in a panic. The comments exploded. I cannot believe this. Who sees their partner and immediately spreads them open for a look? That is our hero for you. The heroine's world has collapsed. She had been sleeping peacefully, then woke to find the secret she had hidden for years had been seen by her husband. I wanted to comfort the little white snake, but she hid in the corner of the room, silently shedding tears. Forget it. For now, I would pretend I did not know the white snake was Ruyan. I pretended I had simply found a pet snake, and Ruyan pretended she really was one. Thinking I did not know her true identity, she began acting outrageously. Every day, it was cuddles, cuddles, and more cuddles. Whenever I woke up, the little white snake would be wrapped around some part of me. When I used my phone, she curled up on my chest, tongue out as she watched with me. Whenever a long-legged beauty appeared, the white snake would nudge the screen away with her tongue. If a video showed the traits of a good woman, and any of them matched Ruyan, the white snake would turn and look at me expectantly. Sometimes, she would flick out her tongue and lick my forehead, my cheek, or my lips and fingers. Look, the moment she wakes up, the heroine starts kissing her husband. She is far happier as a snake than as a human. Talk about an incredible blessing in disguise. Look at her. She is having the time of her life. She has even abandoned the business she inherited from her family. I peeled the white snake off my chest. I am going to take a shower. The little white snake reluctantly waited until the instant before I shut the bathroom door, then squeezed inside again. I picked up the snake. Fine, we would bathe together. Then I started undressing. The next second, the little white snake shot into the corner. She did not dare look at me. She wants it, but she is too scared. The heroine will not let him look. He hates not being allowed to look. But once he really sees her, he cannot control himself. Why does the little white snake seem to be overheating? Is the heroine so pent up that she will have to use the sole of a shoe? Just as that comment appeared, the little white snake climbed onto the sink, ran some water, and soaked in it. She became a little water snake. She even let out a hiss. I tossed my dirty clothes onto the sink, covering the little white snake's inexperienced yet eager gaze. But the little white snake refused, bravely wriggling back out. I was lathering up, and habitually turned to check on the sink. The white snake froze, then suddenly fainted. Her little head hit the sink, with a sharp crack. Can you believe it? The heroine got an unobstructed view of the hero, Boda, and fainted from shyness. That was a loud hit. Did she knock her brain silly? It does not matter if she did. She does not look very bright anyway. I was completely baffled by the heroine. Our heroine is the Liu family's smartest eldest daughter. She defeated a crowd of male heirs to become president of the Liu group. She is only not very smart around the hero. Then I picked up the white snake, wondering if Ruyan's random lapses in intelligence would affect our future children. After my shower, I curled up on the sofa and scrolled through my phone. I came across a news report. The Liu group offered a huge reward for their female president's beloved pet. It included a photo of a white snake. In the photo, she looked spirited, with intelligence gleaming in her red-slit pupils. She was nothing like the snake now unconscious, stretched straight out by me, and lying on my bed like a little fool. I checked the reward. How much? 30 million. Mom, I am rich. Without a second thought, I stuffed the white snake into a plastic bag and rushed to the Liu group headquarters. There was an enormous line outside. Everyone held a snake. I suspected every white snake in Jiangsheng had gathered here. A young man carrying a briefcase was hurrying into the Liu group building when an old man stopped him. He said, "Young man, there are rules to these things. First come, first served. Get in line." The young man was sweating with panic. He explained, "Sir, I work for the Liu group. I am here for work. I am going to be late. Please let me through." The old man shook his head, looking like he was laying down the law. Even for work, you must line up. The comments practically honked with laughter. Ha! Last time I went to Posey Street to turn myself in, they told me the same thing. At last, the old man and young man's argument drew the Liu group security guards. Escorted by security, the young man finally made it into the Liu group building. After settling everything, the security captain turned and noticed the clear plastic bag in my hand. Inside was Ruyan's true form. Even among little white snakes, though they looked alike, Ruyan's true form was exceptionally beautiful. Her scales shimmered beautifully in the sunlight. The security captain's eyes lit up. He hurried over to make friendly conversation. "Hey, handsome, come inside too." The security captain ushered me in and excitedly called the president's office. "Assistant Shen, we found her." My hearing had been unusually sharp since childhood. Even though the voice from the phone was faint, I could still hear the tired voice on the other end. "Are you sure? Lately, we have had so many random snakes brought up here. Do not worry. I have worked for the Liu family for years. How could I mistake her?" I secretly celebrated inside. The security captain took me to the top floor. I stepped out of the elevator first. When Assistant Shen saw me, he forced a smile onto his serious, tired face. "It is the son-in-law." "No, Mr. G. What brings you here?" Assistant Shen is not very professional. How did he say what he was thinking out loud. Do not blame Assistant Shen. The heroine made him this way. Whenever the heroine lost her temper, Assistant Shen only had to mention her son-in-law, and our heroine would instantly fold, putting away her anger. Then Assistant Shen could give his report properly. It had simply become second nature to him. After all, he had seen it all. He quickly recovered and continued. Mr. G, are you here to see President Liu? President Liu has missed you terribly. She will be thrilled to hear you are here. The security captain came in right behind me, interrupting Assistant Shen. He spoke as if claiming credit. Assistant Shen, it was this gentleman. He found our Liu family snake. Assistant Shen finally noticed the plastic bag I was holding, and the white snake inside it. His face looked as though the sky had fallen. The comment supplied his inner monologue. Our Assistant Shen's brain had completely short-circuited. Assistant Shen was roaring internally. Had I known the eldest miss was with her husband, I would never have looked for her. I cannot accept this. I absolutely cannot. No, it is not this one. Old Pang, you got it wrong. It is definitely this one. I watched Miss Liu grow up. There is no way I am wrong. Assistant Shen tried again and again to cut off the security captain, but failed. Finally, he had no choice but to reach out and roughly cover the captain's mouth. You talk too much. The captain tried to speak again, but Assistant Shen shoved him into the elevator. With a smile, he warned him, if you want to keep your job, shut up. The aggrieved captain pressed the button and left. Assistant Shen quickly smoothed his hair, then turned back around. He politely invited me to sit in the lounge. Mr. G, please. President Liu will be overjoyed, but she is away on business right now, so she cannot return for the time being. A clerk quickly brought coffee and a pack of NGÓN cigarettes. Assistant Shen took the chance to speak up for Ruyan. President Liu specifically requested this. A fresh coconut latte for Mr. G. Half sugar. President Liu also said that Mr. G does not like cigars, so we prepared your favorite NGÓN cigarettes instead. Was that really the point? The point was my 30 million. Then I pulled out the snake. She tried to struggle. Assistant Shen, I checked. This is the snake you are looking for. Assistant Shen frantically waved his hands. No, I insisted. It is. Even the markings are identical. Assistant Shen kept denying it. No, she stubbornly refused to admit it. So we argued for what felt like 300 rounds, until we woke the little white snake. When the white snake saw Assistant Shen, her sleepy eyes flew wide open. She closed her eyes and flicked her tongue, then opened them with a hint of menace. Assistant Shen hunched his neck and raised his hands first, then pointed at me behind the little white snake. The little white snake turned and saw me. Her expression softened at once. The next second, she slipped under the hem of my shirt, wrapping herself tightly around me, without exposing a single inch of herself. Assistant Shen could not keep the corners of his mouth down. His lips twitched as he said, "See, Mr. G, this is clearly not the Liu family's snake, but thank you for making the trip. I will have a driver take you home." Assistant Shen kept saying it was not, but when I left, he shoved a book into my hands. A snake care guide thicker than Dream of the Red Chamber. He repeatedly reminded me, Mr. G, every creature has a spirit. If you keep a snake, treat it well. Be devoted and affectionate. The little white snake nodded in my arms, hissing in agreement. I asked Assistant Shen, want her? She is yours for free. Assistant Shen immediately fell silent and fled to the restroom. The little white snake sulked for 3 days afterward. Whenever I came home from work, I would see the little white snake, curled up miserably in obvious places, waiting for me to comfort her. The comment said our heroine could hardly be blamed for being heartbroken. From her perspective, excluding the time she was unconscious, one moment she had a perfect view of her beloved husband's body, and the next, her husband sent her home. Who could handle that? The heroine's emotions were a total freefall. Hero, go kiss our shattered little snake already. I had not even recovered from the grief of losing 30 million. So, why would I want to deal with her? The Liu group had already withdrawn its missing snake notice, announcing, found. I stared at that cold, heartless announcement and sighed. Happiness belonged to everyone else, leaving me alone with my dashed excitement. Seeing I truly would not comfort her, the little white snake had to soothe herself. She started nuzzling close again, craving affection. She wound her way up from my ankle and rested her head on my chest to sleep. Watching her snow-white tongue, I thought, this cannot go on forever. Before, I could love her without reservations. Now there was only this clingy little white snake. I could not exactly keep pulling her open to inspect the little white snake's urethral opening. Damn, that would make me a total pervert. No. Ruyan had to come see me in human form. There was no way I was backing down. I decided to provoke Ruyan a little. I poked the little white snake awake and began to spin a tail. Little white, I think I have been feeling a little lonely lately. The little white snake looked confused. I kept teasing her. I think I want to fall in love. You know, the sweet kind, holding hands and hugging my girlfriend in the rain, then kissing on a Ferris wheel beneath the stars, and finally getting married. When we have things to do, we can lie in bed and play games together. When we do not, We can have a beautiful daughter. I looked utterly dreamy. The little white snake was no longer confused. Her red-slit pupils were full of vigilance. I secretly glanced at her and decided to turn up the heat. Then I pulled up photos of several of my cousins. I held them close for the little white snake to see. Little White, help me pick one. My buddy recommended these blind date prospects. Opening my photo album, I pointed at the picture of cousin number 1 in black yoga pants and introduced her to myself. I hear she is amazing at yoga. Those long legs. She can handle the splits and every pose imaginable. Not bad. Put her on the short list. Then I swiped to cousin number 2's college graduation photo. This one is a top student from Tsinghua or Peking University. She is brilliant and pretty too. I hear she can sing and play every kind of instrument. Not bad. Short list. I introduced them one by one. I could feel the little white snake's body growing stiffer. At last, I found my family's prettiest cousin. It was an artistic photo of my youngest cousin barefoot and stepping in cream. Back then, those photos won her a legion of admirers online. She really was beautiful, so I saved several extra shots. Before I could praise her, a snake head knocked my phone aside. The little white snake arched her body, shaking violently, and stared at me with utter resentment. Only Ruyan was miserable. The comments, meanwhile, were thrilled. The hero has the heroine completely wrapped around his finger. The heroine looks like she is about to break down. Hero, stop messing with your sweet little wife. She looks ready to go downstairs any second, without taking either the stairs or elevator. Poor heartbroken snake. I bet the hero already knows who she is and is provoking her on purpose. Haha. Now I really want to see this. The little white snake seemed afraid of frightening me. She quickly dropped her attack stance and flopped into my arms. She trembled like a sobbing human. But snakes have no tears, and they cannot speak. This was the only silent way she could show her sorrow. I held the little white snake and coaxed her. You are not even as good as my ex-girlfriend, but my ex will not come back to comfort me. Shall by? Maybe I should choose one of these after all. That night, I pretended to be sound asleep. I felt the little white snake leave my arms. She slithered out, opening door after door. Finally, the villa's living room door clicked open, then creaked shut, just as I was about to celebrate, seeing Ruyan's breathtaking face again. Urgent knocking came from outside. Hiss. That fast? Ruyan was impressive. I fixed my hair, tilted my chin just right, and made sure I looked good. Then I happily opened the door. Instead, I saw the patrolling security lady again, holding the little white snake. When the security lady saw me, she looked immensely pleased with herself. She even gave the snake a little bounce. Young man, I told you, you are free to keep pets. But a snake that big cannot be allowed to slither around outside. It will frighten people. I know you did not mean to do it, but your snake is clever. She can open doors herself. Good thing I stayed alert and made a few extra rounds over here. Then the comments flooded in with laughter. Ha ha ha. I cannot stop laughing. What kind of magical scene is this? And there is this good Samaritan, ruining their moment without realizing it. Girls, stop laughing. Something is off. I remember the heroine is insanely strong. She was caught before only because she could not take on 10 people alone. But today, she faced only one security lady. How could the heroine not escape? I was curious too. Seeing my thoughtful expression, the security lady gave a crooked, smug smile. Her voice brimmed with pride. Shocked, are you? Young man, you must admire my skills. While wondering how I subdued such a thick, huge snake. This Annie. When I was young, I was the national traditional martial arts champion, 3 years running. Later, I went into real estate and made a little fortune. Now, in my spare time, I visit the residential complexes owned by my company to work as a security guard, a cleaner, or a nanny. While checking on the place, the comments said, she is like a legendary master disguised as a janitor. The heroine has it so rough. It is like Tyson trying to escape, only to run into Ultraman Taro. Do you all have to be so savage? The security lady put the utterly devastated little white snake back into my arms, then delivered Ruyan one final blow. Young man, you have a kind face and a good nature. My family happens to need a son-in-law. Think it over. With that, she pulled up a photo of her daughter. She was a Beijing socialite as renowned as Ruyan, and Ruyan's sworn rival, by Ningbing. My daughter is 5'7", pretty, and she owns a car and a home. If you worry there will be conflict after marrying into our family, your uncle and I can die first. Was this right? Damn it, I was actually a little tempted. The little white snake struggled to look up. After seeing Bai Ningbing's photo, her eyes rolled back, and she passed out again. I took the little white snake back to bed. I slept well through the night. Sunlight streamed into the bedroom. I instinctively reached for the snake, but found nothing. Then the comments floated by again. The hero is already used to having the heroine around. The heroine has a real chance. Hero, just wait for that jealous snake to confess. Unfortunately, I did not see that the heroine was so angry last night that she turned back into human form. She gritted her teeth and deleted my phone album first, then tore Bai Ningbing's business card to pieces. I looked into the trash can, and sure enough, saw the thoroughly shredded scraps. They could not have been torn any smaller. She left me no chance to piece them together. That was fine. Ruyan was the only one I wanted. Still, the comments were right. Without the white snake, I truly felt a little unsettled. I kept unconsciously looking for her. Then I would snap out of it and scold myself for having early onset dementia. Then I hurriedly changed into gray sweatpants and a brand new t-shirt I had never dared to wear. Then I styled my hair to look more mature and sat waiting for Ruyan. The comments were full of blessings. This is such a sweet story of mutual love. I am so invested in this couple. I do not want to watch those creepy imposters anymore. This couple is such a perfect match. Handsome man, beautiful woman. Though we have not seen what the heroine looks like in a long time, the hero alone is handsome enough to make my heart bloom. The commenter's praise made my ego soar. A knock sounded. I confidently got up and opened the door. Damn it. Another false alarm. It was my 3 cousins. My eldest cousin looked at my carefully styled appearance, completely stunned. Bro, do you have a fever today? Why is your face so red? That is because I just did 300 push-ups, and I am exhausted. There was no talking to this clueless girl who could not get a boyfriend. My fists clenched tight. My youngest cousin was the boldest. She laughed, came over, and hooked her arm through mine as she led me inside. Cousin, my sister just talks too much. You know that. Do not hold it against her. We came to take you to dinner at our place. My mom made your favorite stir-fried beef. The comments suddenly warned, oh no. Oh no. What if the heroine misunderstands? I looked toward the villa's entrance. I saw only a breathtaking, lonely figure from behind. She disappeared around the corner. No way. What a coincidence. The comments echoed my thoughts. Do sweet romances all need these little misunderstandings? I hate misunderstandings. Bro, I hate them too. I told my cousins, do not wait for me. If I get lucky, I will bring your big sister to dinner too. I hurried after her, but I did not even see her car. She would not answer my calls either. Just as I was about to get my car from the garage, my extraordinary hearing caught Ruyan, who had doubled back, muttering by the corner. I knew it. Black stockings and red-soled heels are too ordinary. And I even matched my rival's outfit. That little brat, Assistant Shen, really is unreliable. Thinking it over, my youngest cousin was indeed wearing Balenciaga black logo stockings today. So I put down my car keys and kept eavesdropping on Ruyan. Luckily, I prepared Plan B. Ha! These purple garter stockings are eye-catching. After all, Zusong said purple has a special charm. I will definitely outshine those 3 brats and win my husband back. As Ruyan spoke, she began singing to herself. She is only my little sister. My little sister says purple has charm. Singing badly off-key, Ruyan walked right into my view. Damn, a pretty face can pull off anything. Such an awkward color. Yet the heroine made it look luxurious. She was so beautiful and sexy. Slurp. Slurp. Ruyan had not expected me outside. When our eyes suddenly met, every word Ruyan planned to say disappeared. She froze for a moment. Finally, she stammered, husband, I bought you a car. Who calls someone honey before getting back together? What woman wins back her man with a luxury car? Yet every comment called it romantic. The heroine finally called him husband. I was wrong back then. I should not have rejected you. But I had my reasons. Boda, will you hear me out? Ruyan spoke quickly, as if afraid I would reject her. When she finished, she glanced at my 3 cousins spying from the bushes. I glared behind me, and my cousins scattered like they were fleeing for their lives. I held out my hand. Come on, let us see the sports car I could never afford. It turned out she had not only given me a car, she had also sent a whole carload of Genshin Impact figures I loved. My body is different from ordinary people's. Its anatomy is different from other women's too, and the scent I release when aroused could even harm ordinary people. It makes people impulsively want to. No wonder whenever I smelled that scent, Barrett got especially excited. My face burned as I listened. The comments were furious with embarrassment. Beep. Beep, beep. What is this? A telegram? Why was it censored? Is this what paying members get to hear? I want the uncensored version. I looked at Ruyan's face, unsure whether to expose her, but Ruyan blushed and confessed her feelings. I may be different from ordinary women, but, Boda, I truly love you. I never let you touch me because I felt inferior. I was afraid you could not accept someone as strange as me, but I cannot hide forever. I want to tell you the truth and beg your forgiveness. Can you give us another chance? When Ruyan finished, she lowered her head like a female prisoner awaiting judgment, but I was blinded by her beauty. I could not hear a word Ruyan was saying. All I could think was, what is that pretty little mouth saying? It looks so pretty. I want to kiss it. I made up my mind. If I wanted to kiss her, I would. When Ruyan was a snake, she kissed me often enough. I wrapped an arm around Ruyan's slender waist, lowered my head, and kissed her, faster than the comments were my cousin's hushed whispers. Oh my god, our sister is incredible. No wonder she won our brother over. She has a naturally captivating charm. What does she have to feel insecure about? If I looked like that and had that ability, I would flirt with handsome guys every day, then make videos to delight my viewers. Their whispers grew louder and louder. Ruyan seemed to hear them. When the kiss ended, I watched Ruyan's face turn dark red, and she fled in panic. The comments flooded in. This is insane. Author, I was eating. I sprayed food all over the table. Author, give me a break. No one can truly feel exactly what another feels, except right now. My younger cousins fled while holding back laughter, and I kind of did not want to live either. Ruyan and I got back together. On our first day back together, Ruyan moved all her belongings into my house by force. She filled every corner of my life with her things, then possessively declared that now we were back together, I could not think about other women anymore. There she went again. My little jealous snake. I sat on the couch, hugging a pillow as I explained again. Did you not hear it last time? They are all my cousins. Then Ruyan slowly approached. Her huge breast blocked my view, pressing down like 2 little mountains. Not even cousins. Looks like she was really upset last time. Well, teasing her a little was not so bad. Her human form was definitely more comfortable, warm, fragrant, and soft. Ruyan curled up in my arms. I held her while scrolling through my phone. It felt amazing. But by the law of conservation of comfort, if I was comfortable, Ruyan might not be. Ruyan's hands tried countless times to make me cross the line, but each time, she pulled them back. The comments appeared, speaking for Ruyan in real time. Heroine, you are not in white snake form anymore. You cannot be so reckless. The heroine misses her days as a pet snake. Happy or unhappy, she always got kisses. The hero would not just refuse, he might even kiss her back. But now that she is human, if she lightly teases the hero, she might get hit with 2 big sticks right away. Is this the legendary case of being worse off as a human than a snake? Haha. Forever embarrassed to death, forever pitiful. The eagerly anticipated night came quickly. After washing up, I lay in bed waiting for Ruyan to finish her shower. Ruyan decided to go all in. The bathroom door opened the next second. She wore nothing beneath a sheer purple nightgown. The comments were instantly blocked, letting me fully savor that perfect moment. Mom, how could anyone have such perfect skin and a perfect body? Ruyan walked toward me. Her kiss landed directly on my forehead. I suddenly looked up and blurted out, why does it smell like blood? Ruyan awkwardly got up, then hurried to the bathroom to change into period underwear. The comments popped up. No way. No way. It is over already. They say the first time is quick, but I have never seen anyone finish that fast. Hero, why are you cooking something? It is not some strange herbal remedy for virility, is it? But I was actually making a warm brown sugar drink with 2 eggs cracked into it. When it was ready, I brought it to Ruyan. Ruyan, do not be upset. An early period is perfectly normal. We will have plenty of chances. Maybe heaven wants our first time to happen on a more special occasion. The comments erupted with gleeful mockery like a flash flood. So he only got a tiny taste of the meat, not even a sip of the soup. The unluckiest hero in history. I want to buy the heroine a period accelerator. Their first day back together, and it ended up being a chase one. How frustrating. The remaining days of her period passed peacefully. One day after work, with nothing to do, I decided to tease Ruyan. I used to keep a white snake. I do not know where it ran off to. Ruyan, have you seen it? Ruyan looked everywhere, but at me. What a dishonest little snake. We had come this far, yet she was still hiding things, still refusing to come completely clean. So I decided to make Ruyan die of embarrassment until she came clean. I stroked Ruyan's cheek, then traced downward along the path the white snake used to take. My little white used to love slithering like this. It even loved sleeping in my arms every day. I kind of miss it. Ruyan forced a smile. It was a snake you found, so maybe it returned to the wild. Just forget about it. I could tell Ruyan did not dare let me search for it, nor did she want me keeping any other snakes. I teased her. I remember your family corporation put out a notice about a missing snake. It was looking for the snake you lost. Then it said the snake had been found. I pulled up the screenshot and showed Ruyan. So cute. This white snake looks exactly like my little white. Why did you not bring it here to keep? You are not afraid of snakes, and you seem to like them quite a lot. As I spoke, I leaned close enough to hear her heartbeat pounding like a drum. Ruyan panicked just as I was preparing my next move. To make Ruyan confess everything, someone came knocking at the villa door again. Damn, this door really attracts visitors. I opened it to see who had brought me a surprise today. This time, it was the security guard, and she had brought her daughter, by Ningbing. The security guard wore a helpful smile. Young man, I noticed you have not added my daughter these past few days, so I brought her right to you. The security guard stroked her daughter's long hair. Tell me, she is pretty, right? I guarantee she looks just like her photos. Come on, add her on WeChat. Ningbing looked utterly speechless and refused to take out her phone. Mom, What are you doing? Ruyan had been in the living room, frantically brainstorming an excuse to fool me. Sensing something was wrong, she rushed out in a few quick strides. She saw Ningbing looking displeased. Why are you here looking for my boyfriend? The moment Ningbing saw Ruyan, her expression instantly changed. She whipped out her phone and pulled up her QR code at lightning speed. Mom, you should have said so sooner. You are introducing me to Ruyan's boyfriend. Of course I will add him. I am adding Ruyan's boyfriend. Ningbing love stealing other women's boyfriends most of all. Ruyan argued with Ningbing for half an hour. What gives you the right to steal my boyfriend? My bust is a cup size bigger than yours. You D-cup landing strip. Ha. Then you are a lousy student. I scored 3 points higher than you on the college entrance exam. That was only because of your ethnic minority bonus points. The comments, and I mocked the fake version of corporate warfare. Scheming against each other. Manipulating the stock market. Real corporate warfare was just bickering and trying to provoke the other side. Ruyan eventually got tired of arguing. She summoned several white snakes from who knew where, and scared Ningbing away. I sat on the couch, arms folded as I waited for Ruyan. When she came back in and closed the door, I casually said, Ruyan, do not forget to have Assistant Shen bring that white snake over. Ruyan's vision went dark. She pounced on me, looking utterly aggrieved. A 5'7" woman with long legs curled right up in my arms. Honey, my rival has upset me this badly, and you will not even come for me. You do not love me anymore. Wow. The heroine is really good at this. Give me insulin. I need insulin. This sweetness is going to kill me. I held her and soothed her. Then I leaned close to Ruyan's ear and said, do I not love you enough? I do not even mind that you are not human. Ruyan's body instantly went stiff. At last, she pulled herself from my arms and looked at me with a serious expression. So you knew. I nodded. I knew. That was why I indulged the white snakes every flirtation, every time I drew close to her. Ruyan looked like a little girl who had done something wrong. Then she lowered her head and told me everything. She said the Liu family had always been snakes. They were beastkin, hiding among humans to survive. I was afraid you would be scared, afraid you would not want me. Her voice grew quieter and quieter, but I more or less understood. Then I began considering a question and asked it outright. Is there reproductive incompatibility between beastkin and humans? No. My father is human. I smiled. So I can still have beautiful daughters, right? I swept her up in a bridal carry, lifting Ruyan into my arms, and carried her into the bedroom. Then let us try. She pouted and said, word by word, my period. But I leaned closer, my breath brushing her ear. It is the 8th day. You bad husband. So you were secretly counting down behind my back. A storm of kisses rained down, from tentative touches to complete possession. Night gave way to dawn, rubbing my aching waist. I could not help but sigh. Snakes really are naturally, well, you know. The comments I had blocked all night appeared again. All night. What were you two doing? You lucky bastard, you have got it good. I wanna see. Ruyan could not see the comments. She only knew to nestle in my arms, gently rubbing her face against mine. This is so nice. Hold me. I am yours now. I kept pestering Ruyan, asking why she liked me. Was it because I had saved her life? Like Zuzyan and Lady White Snake, I was like Zuzyan, and I had saved a little white snake too. So, she became human to repay me? My wild theory made Ruyan laugh. There aren't that many stories of repaying kindness. It was simply that the weather was lovely the day I went out, and you happened to turn your head. One glance